We are talking about ice storm preparation, what you need to do before ice storms come to the area. One thing that you need to do every year is to check the trees around your property that's by your house and the power lines. Make sure that there's no dead branches in any of the trees to prevent any limbs from falling and damaging the power lines or your house. If you need a landscape company or a tree service to come and do that for you, it's highly recommended. It will help prevent some damage to your property. Another thing we need to always do is to have a weather radio. This is a Baofeng UV5R. I've had this radio for probably close to 7 years now, and I have extra ones in case if this one would not be working as well. It's always good to have multiple things that you're going to use in emergency situations in case if one does fail. This has the ability to get local NOAA weather stations from around the area that you are in. By programming it, you can easily find out which ones they are in your area and have them on your radio for in case of emergencies, which is always good. Another thing is always have flashlights and extra batteries for all the different flashlights that you have in your house. Always good to have multiple flashlights in case if one just decides to not work anymore, because that always happens, especially during emergencies when you really do need them. It's always a good thing to have. In today's world, with all the different devices that we have, it's always really good to have battery backup charging devices for when it does happen for power outages and emergency situations. These will allow you to have a power for your devices through the emergency situation. Hopefully you have at least 2 or 3 extra devices that you need to be powered from, so this will allow you to keep in touch with your family, friends, and the emergency personnel if you do need it. Other good things to have in your house for during an ice storm situation is candles. Couple per room would be great to be able to have some light so you can see what you are doing when the power is out. Another thing people sometimes forget is to always have a little thing for first aid kits in the bathrooms for when you do need them, especially during emergency situations. During a power outage would be a really good situation to make sure you have plenty of bandages and everything that goes with that, some gauze, some Neosporin, some Advil, Tylenol type stuff. It's always a really good thing to have during emergency situations during an ice storm, because you don't know when the power would be coming back on, or if you can even get out to a store, because their power might be out too, so they can't even do sales at that time. Other things you need to be have preparation for during ice storms are a full tank of gas in your vehicles before the ice storm is there. And then another thing also is to have plenty of canned food, frozen and dried type food, to last you about a week if you need it for a duration of an ice storm. Sometimes they can last 4 or 5 days or up to a week in some situations like we've had in the past. And another good thing is to always make sure you have medication that will last through extended time from an ice storm, because sometimes you may run out, and then when power does come back on, pharmacies may run out of the supplies that they have at their location anyway, because everybody's going all at once. So hopefully you are better prepared for an ice storm event, and hopefully this will help you, and hopefully you have a good rest of the day. Thank you.